Good evening. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. We missed last week. I was a bit under the weather and I had some work stuff on and I was just like, which thing can I pour energy into? Because I've got to choose one. And I'm so sorry, but it had to be work. So I'm really glad to be back today. On the weekend, we had our Caffeinated Crafters Saturday meet up. And as a group, we went and invaded, I don't know, descended upon. I'm not quite sure the best way to describe it. Paige's Crochet or Cozy Cloud Yarn in Beenleigh. We just sort of rocked up. She was open and we went. And it was my first time. I am probably ashamed to admit that I haven't been in there before. Like, she is my local yarn store, as in 10 minutes, maybe 15, depending on if I get stuck at a roundabout from my house. You know, she is close, but I don't, it's like I don't go to Officeworks unless I have a shopping list, and I don't go to Bunnings unless I've got a shopping list, and I don't go to Costco unless I've got a shopping list. It turns out I think I'm going to be the same at Paige's Crochet. So at Cozy Yarn Crochet. I may have purchased some things. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you my haul because I bought yarn for a blanket. Now, I know I've got the Moreland blanket on the go and I want to give you an update on that, which is I restarted it. Hang on a second. So this is where I got up to when I realized, oh my God, what on earth is going on? Something is so janky on the edges. It was not bad. So it was bad. So I've restarted the Moreland. I'm leaving the ends out for now because I can't reclaim any of this because I've woven all the ends in so well, but it fits really nicely over the arm of my chair. So I'm going to use it as like an armchair protector thing. But I've restarted it, but so far I have to really concentrate on it. It is not a mindless project. And so at this stage, I'm not going to be doing it in live streams because I really need to concentrate hard. Now, I've managed to get through the first 3 sets of color without botching it, but I want to give myself a little bit more time on it before I start doing it in the live stream. So I wanted to, so I've got that. So I'm going to be working on that. That's going to become my couch project. So that's good because it's a really big bag to have taking up space in this room. So we've got to move that on. Oh, that can go in there too. Now, why is she starting a new project? Doesn't she have 11 million projects? Surely she must finish one before she starts one. Boom. I finished my Musselburgh hat. I've said it wrong. I'm sure I have. I've got both the colors. So I get to choose my mood. It hasn't been washed or blocked yet, so the top's still a little bit peaky. So super happy with it. I mean, I was like, I'm going to mess my hair up if I put a hat on. I mean, my hair's not exactly salon styled. Let's be honest here. Let's just, oops. So there's tons of room in the back. I've got my hair in a little bun. There's tons of room in the back for it. I mean, I don't know how does it look. I haven't really looked. I'm like, it feels good. Feels good. So I've got that. The double thickness over the ears. Well, 4 thicknesses technically. And then if I want a different, you know, I'm in a different mood. I want something a bit different. I can just go. I can go the full slouch, right? Or just pull that up a bit there. There you go. Go the full slouch. Or I can flip it up and have my purple and my green together as well. So, super happy with that. See, totally messed my hair up. I'm going to have to, should have saved it till the end. Anyway, that's the hat. The hat is done. So I haven't gone into Ravelry and added that in because I want to be a surprise. So, because I know there's, you know, when you're friends with somebody, you see their activity. Dolores, I love this. finished a project before you start a new one? What is this ridiculous custom you speak of? I love it. I love it so much. That is so good. That is so good. Yeah, oh, look, I really love this hat and I'm so glad it's done. So I'm just super chuffed that it looks amazing. I didn't screw it up. I mean, it definitely needs a good wash and block. But I'm very happy with it. It feels wonderful, honestly. And now I just need for the temperature to drop because we're coming into summer. So this one's going to sit over there for a bit. Let's see how long it just sits there for before I actually do anything at all with it. That's hilarious. All right, so I did finish something. I finished something, and then I sat down with the Moreland and I worked out. Well, I didn't work out what I did wrong, but I've restarted it with a fresh start, so it's a fresh, a refresh on that one. And that's it. That's all I finished. So I finished a hat, starting a blanket. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I've got a couple shortlisted, but let me know in the chat if you have a favorite knitted or crocheted blanket, because that's the thing. I usually crochet blankets. I've knitted a baby like wrap. I haven't knitted a baby, I haven't knitted a full-size blanket. There's probably a reason for that. But I'm also like some of the blankets that I'm looking at, I realized I'm like leaning into something. So I'm going to show those in a minute, but I want to first of all go into this week's shares over on our Discord, because we missed last week, and some of these, you guys are so talented, honestly. You're just so talented. I don't even know what to say. So here we go. Do I need to, hang on. I have to turn it back on again. Start capturing. Start it. I don't know how I ended it, but apparently I ended the broadcast. There we go. Alrighty, so we're in Discord here. Let's start here. We've got Talia's Anthology Throw from Helen Stewart. Yarn is primarily fiberific 4-ply with some leftover Miss Babs ends are woven in, and it's been sort of blocked since I don't have the space to lay it. Now let me have a zoom in here. Zooming in. There we go. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. That is a knitted blanket. That's gorgeous. Look at those colors even. So beautiful. I love your color choices here. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Is that a lace ruffle on the edge? That's a lace ruffle on the edge. Talia, that is stunning. Did you write in how big it is? No. But it looks like it's such a solid size. That looks amazing. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. We've got Loopy has created this. Hang on, let me just go back and see if I can find the foliage hat by Irina Dimitrieva. Dimitrieva. I don't know how to say it. I'm so sorry. Look at this. This yarn is gorgeous. Teresa says, I've knit an anthology throw. It's a fun. Is it? I haven't considered. Talia says it's huge. It's on our king size bed. Oh my gosh, Talia. Wow. It is just stunning. That's an enormous knitted blanket. But this hat is just gorgeous as well. Look at this yarn. Did she specify the yarn? Loopy. Nope. No yarn specification. Gosh, that yarn is just delightful as well. Let me just zoom in. So beautiful. Love it. Just gorgeous work. Absolutely gorgeous work. You guys just inspire me every time I come in here, honestly. I'm like, man, I need to make that thing. Inner Logic jumped in, oops, sorry, I have assumed that because, hang on a second, I'm just going to jump out of here for a second. You did specify share in live stream. I hope you're okay with Molly's face being in that. I'm just going to open up the one without Molly just in case. Because you have specified the share in the stream, but I don't want to push that limit. So let's just jump back in here, back into the phone screen. So here we go. We've got one without a face. So it's a gorgeous Tunisian. Is that Tunisian? Gorgeous scarf. Look at those colors. I bet she loves it. I bet she absolutely loved it. John's here. I don't think John's here, but I bet Molly absolutely loves that. Then we've got Molly has finished her test knit. Hand-dyed Bendigo Woolen Mills 8-ply sock yarn in Dharma Electric Violet. Oh, I remember, look at that violet. Look at those cables. I remember you were saying you were working on the tie. So yeah, that is just gorgeous. That's gorgeous. See, Molly, I think there's some confusion because so the Inner Logic post with the little girl wearing the scarf, her name is Molly as well. So lots of Mollys. Well, there's not lots of Mollys. There's two. We just happen to talk about them both in quick succession. This seriously, this purple, you have dyed up a dream right here, honestly. So gorgeous. Let me just go. Look at these details. Oh, the cable even matches on the pocket. Honestly, so nice. And I love the tie. I would never have thought of tying a cardi closed, but I love that. I love that idea. And that braid, is that braided? Like, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous, honestly. Oh my gosh, there's more. There's more. Frances has jumped in with the Dotted Rays shawl by Stephen West. She wanted to put it in the right place and tag it properly. She's really pleased with how this turned out. I usually find with written patterns incredibly confusing, but really wanted to give it a try. It was a beginner-friendly pattern, and there was a 30-minute video with the techniques required. Again with the amazing color choices. Look at this. Oh, look at that shape. That's gorgeous. Wow. What are these yarns, honestly? You guys have got such good taste in yarn. Wow. And I'm glad you stepped out of your comfort zone and jumped in and to try something new. Like it's tough sometimes. It's tough sometimes. And then John has got his mosaic blanket, 5.2 kilos, 8,500 meters of yarn. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this detail in here. Oh my gosh. And again, such gorgeous colors. Beautiful work, John. Absolutely beautiful work. Serious 8,500 meters of yarn. Wow, I'm not surprised. It looks massive. Absolutely looks massive. Look at these. And I'll tell you something, John. This I know that we have this discussion where I know he's not here, but where John's stitching is quite tight, and in mosaic crochet it benefits from good tight stitches. I have to really drop down needle sizes because I'm such a loose stitcher. But John does these amazing tight stitches, and they would just be stunning in the mosaic. Gosh. That's like a bit of the old blanket that we were working on. Isn't it, Talia? It's such an intense project. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys, these are phenomenal. And thank you all so much for sharing your projects. If you have no idea what we're talking about here, Fibrific has a Discord. If you go into the finished projects, then you can add in your finished projects. And if you are happy for me to share them, there's a tag where you can tag it with a button, you just tap a button and say share on the live stream, and I'll go through and I will just only open those tags during the live stream so that we can look at them and have drool over your projects because they're stunning and gorgeous, and color choices and skill levels. You guys are absolutely phenomenally talented, honestly. And it's one of those things where you come into groups and you're just like, oh, I'm not very good at this, and you know, I want to learn how to do. And this is where what that turns into. That being brave and trying and starting something new, whether it's knitting or whether it's crochet or Tunisian knitting or weaving or dyeing or spinning, whatever it is, we've all had to start somewhere. And now you're all making these amazing things, and like hits me with like inspiration every time, honestly. Absolutely every time. Francis says, I find this group so inspirational. So do I. So do I. So many amazingly talented creators here in this group. I love it so much. Just love it. Hey, Russell, it's good to see you. So yeah, absolutely beautiful work. And if you would like me to share your projects as well, please go and add them in. Kelly's popped in the link to the Discord. It's free to join in the Discord. There is a members only area. So if you are a channel member, there is another section within that Discord that you'll have access to. We usually just mostly use that for when we have our channel member calls. Most of the posts we all just keep in the main group. So, you know, feel free to jump in and share your crafty imagery and just, I can't wait to see more photos, honestly. I can't. Okay, so I do have beveraginos today. I have in these cups, one of them is tea and one of them is coffee, and I can't tell which is which, so it's going to be a surprise. And also I have water. So lots of water, trying to keep well hydrated, trying to keep, you know, my head in the game. All right. Let's work out which is which. I think that's the tea. That's the coffee. All right, we'll drink the coffee first. Okay. Now, as I said at the start, oh, hey, Knitspin Girl says, I got my items back from my local show. Out of 10 entries, I had 6 firsts, a second, and 2 highly commended. Pretty chuffed with that result. I think that's an amazing result. 6 firsts, a second. That is so good. That is absolutely so good. Congratulations, Knitspin Girls. Honestly, congratulations. It's so cool. And I'm really glad that there's still shows that we can put our stuff into, honestly. Hey, Loopy Knots, how are you going? All right, so let's start with the stuff that's not tucked in the bag under my table. I bought a few things, all right? So if you've been and you've checked out Cozy Cloud Yarns, you'll know that they specialize in sort of like the chenilles and the things for making plushies. And so it wasn't my kind of shop. I don't make a lot of plushies. It's not really my kind of thing. However, she is, as any small business does, you start with a core and then you branch out, right? She is branching out and her branches are reaching out to me. Okay. I'm just put that out there. The first thing that I saw of hers that I was just like, oh my gosh, now you've piqued my interest, is her, oops. There's birds fully having biffo on my roof and I just need to put my phone onto mute. Hang on a second here. Yes, absolutely. You can share the link to Paige's shop. No problems at all. So she has an online store and an in-person store. Sorry, and your ding made me remember to chuck my phone onto silent because it was not silent. So the first thing that I saw was she's branching into a DK-ish weight acrylic at a very good price. And so I was like, ooh, very interested at that. And like 11 billion colors. And so she's not just starting with like 5 or 6 colors. She starts with a lot of colors. And so while I was in store, I have a selection of those. So I'll be showing you those. But while I was there, we were talking about how I tend to use mostly natural fibers, especially for garments. I don't make garments out of acrylic because a melt is basically what it boils down to. And she was like, well, what about my bamboo cotton blend? And I was like, you're what now? You're what now? So I purchased some. Like, all right. I got this is her dark blue, which is like a like it's a really beautiful dark blue. It's nearly a I want to say it's like that petrol blue. It's like a deep tealy blue. It just I'm like mine. So I got those, and this is a 70% cotton, 30% bamboo, but it feels all bamboo. Honestly, it's so soft. It's absolutely so soft. It's approximately 50 grams, 97 meters. And so I got it in the blue and the silver. And I got, I think, 6 of the blue and 5 of the silver, and that's because that's all there was of each. Otherwise, I would have bought more, honestly. But there are more colors. Now, she's not sure that she's reaching the people who like what do you call it? Natural fibers, because she's been in this, she's got a very core base of toy makers. And so she hasn't really been oh, absolutely. That's the other thing. She's just announced she's having a 15% off sale. So now is a great time to go and try that. Sandy, did your membership drop out for some reason? Well, thank you for coming back, and I appreciate that. Absolutely love bamboo cotton blends. I love bamboo. I love cotton, and they don't always feel the nicest. It depends, but this is so slinky. This is so soft and slinky. Honestly, it is. I don't know how to describe how much I love this. Like, I'm already swatching. I bought it home, started swatching. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but I'm making something. I'm making something because it's so amazing. So she's only got limited amounts of these bamboo cottons and in limited colors, but there was a purple in there that I was just like, oh, should I get that too? Oh, that's the other thing. I think it's like $5 or $5.50 a ball or something. It was so cheap as well. It was such a bargain. You know, especially when I've been spending, I don't have anything handy. Oh, like Lindy Chain. Lindy Chain from Knit Picks is 13 a ball. All right. Now, admittedly, it's a chain, but it's still a 50-gram ball. So, you know, like, I don't know how to describe that. But yeah, so in it, and that's Australian dollars, by the way. But yeah, so these are just delightful. So go and check those out. I know she's only got limited colors, limited quantities of these guys left. And I'm so tempted to go back and get another color. It's a light fingering weight. Yes, I would say. How many yards in the 50 grams? We've got 97 meters, so we'd have to do the math on that. Can someone do the math on that? It'd be just over 100 yards. It'd be like 100 and I want to say like 106, 108 yards. I could be wrong, but it'll be a little over. It'll be a bit more than the meterage. But yeah, so 70% cotton, 30%. Now the it's not a DK. It's definitely not a DK weight. It's very. I'm using like a 3mm hook. It's not a DK weight. I mean, I know that the 50 grams to 97 meters makes it sound like it is, but I don't think it's wraps per inch would be. So because you got to remember that it's got cotton, and the second you start going the natural fibers like the cotton and the linen, it makes a denser yarn. So you get less meters by weight because of the weight of each meter of the fiber. So it's a bit harder to do that, the meters by weight thing with cottons. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Definitely worth having a look at. I would consider it I'm treating it as a 4-ply for myself. So I'm looking for 4-ply patterns. It's knitting up beautifully with 4-ply swatches. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with those. And then the bag of shame. It's not shame. It's no shame. So in here we have the balls that I purchased. Now, we did have a little bit of a confusion, and I messaged Paige about it because the labeling of the ball says 200 grams equals 360 meters. And then I weighed the balls, and all the balls came out to be anywhere from 184 up to sort of 190. But it turns out if you look on her website, she's only she's listed them as 185 grams. But the labeling got printed before. There was some issue with the labeling and she couldn't change it. But on her website, it's very clear that these are not 200 gram balls. They are 185 gram balls. So I would say, look, this is so 200 grams is for 360 meters. It's definitely a DK. I haven't swatched with it yet. Oh, so 333. That's pretty similar meterage to Red Heart, but I can tell you right now, it does not feel like Red Heart. It feels amazing, and it's got a different texture again than Source of Fiber's Dirty DK. Total different handle. I really like this. Like, I like Source of Fiber too, but this is different and I like it a lot. So I've got, the colors only have numbers, okay? So this is number 67 and it is gorgeous. It's the yarn's fault. Yarn emits pheromones that make you powerless to resist buying it. Must buy all the yarn. Direct quote from Knit Spin Girls Creations. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. It's a bag of snuggly loveliness. Absolutely it is. Then we have a really nice warm brown. It's like a good dark coffee brown, color number 65. See, I'm showing you the colors with this camera first. Now we've got color number 60, which is a gorgeous purple. I do want to say there were multiple gorgeous purples I had to choose between. So, yes. Sandy says the Lion Brand Pound of Love did not weigh the 16 ounces and they've upped their game. This is kind of like an olivey color. I don't know if the camera's really showing it. It's making it look brown, but let me see if I put it next to a brown. It's definitely more of an olivey. No, the camera's making it look brown, but it's like this. It's a beautiful olivey color. Color number 78. That is another beautiful one. You can see there's a palette coming through here. Then we have color number 34, which is our pop of color. And we have a beautiful green, color number 26. This is such a gorgeous green. So, have you ever worked with Big Twist yarn? No, I have not. That's only available in the US. But doesn't Michael stock Big Twist yarn now? I thought I saw someone showing photos of it in their local Michael store. But Fadira, I think it's like $5 a ball or something now. It's color number 76. Then we have to have grey because it's me. So this is the backup color. This is a color I may or may not use. So that's color 79. Again, there was some grays to choose from. And then we have our last color, which is this really gorgeous orange, this burnty orange color, 71. So let me these are the colors that we have to work with. You'll have to check that out. I have not been for a few months. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look. Love the imaginative colorway numbers names. Yeah, sometimes you're just like, you know what? Let's just go with the numbers. I sometimes wish I had have gone with numbers. But, you know, at the moment, color 6-7 would be doing really well with the Gen Alphas. So, okay, so let's have a look here. So these are our colors that we've got. Let's see if this camera brings up the olive better. No, it still makes it look brown. It's definitely not brown. So that is definitely an olivey green. Let's see if I put it next to my face. No, it's still being a butt. I don't know if I did put up a little video over on my Instagram. Maybe it shows up better there. I don't know. We'll have to have a look. But maybe her website has it. It has a really good photo of it too. So it's color number 78. Sandy says your color palette is delicious. Look, I had help. We had Kelly and Josephine and Bianca and Kath and Beck and Leanne, a whole pile of amazing people. We were like putting things in the basket. We started off with a totally different color palette. And then I realized it was looking very similar to the palette that we used for the dice roll blanket. And I was like, oh, look, let's try, and I started grabbing some of these other colors, and then this is where we ended up. Now the gray may or may not end up staying. It's my backup color. It's my testing everything color, because that's what I do with gray. I love gray. So I think it looks good with or without the gray. I think the gray does work with it. So if we need an extra color, we've got it. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 if we include the gray colors. And I need a project for it. So yes, need a project, everybody. So I've been leaning towards a particular kind of patterns, and for no real reason. I think I just was sort of like trying to do something that wasn't a granny and wasn't mosaic, because I've done a lot of those over the last, my brain's just needs a little bit of those. Color theory idea, you might want to place it next to a red or a purple. Let's have a look. So you're talking about the green? No, it's still doing the brown thing. I think it's just because it's so tonally, like, I don't know, like if you can see the edge colors that we're getting, the little hue edge colors with the extra light, that's probably closer to its real color. No, so Loopy Knots, I won't wear acrylic. My body won't be my friend. So I am making a blanket that I can flip off and flip on and, what have you. So I don't make garments out of acrylic. I make garments out of natural fibers, or sometimes an acrylic blend. As long as it's got a decent amount of cotton in it or a decent amount of wool in it. So yeah, so one of the things that we did do, as I was choosing colors, we would put them in the basket, we'd stand them on the ends, I'd take a photo, and then I'd grayscale the photo. So you could see if there were tones that were too close to each other when it was grayed. So this came out to be a really good mix. There was a couple that were a little close, but for the most part, like you can't have it perfect when you've got 8 colors. So it's one of those sort of things. But the grayscale, we got quite a few shades of gray, which was great. And so I definitely think that when you are putting colors together for a project, it's one thing to look at them like this and go, yeah, that's cool. But it's really important for you to grab a grayscale photo. I'm going to see if let me just see if I might be able to share with you the imagery that we got with the grayscale photo. So let me just find the photos that I took. I must have deleted the photos of the options I decided not to go with. Oh, I know what it was. I'd actually saved them as grayscale. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you that I'm just double checking I think that's the same basket. All right. So let me go to our little camera thing here. Oh, the NDI is off again. Give me a second to turn that back on. It must turn off when the phone goes to sleep, which is cool because it means it's not wasting battery. Okay. All right, so we have this photo here, right? So, oh, that's probably a better color look at that greeny one that's up the top there. But when we grayscaled that, you could see that we had various shades of gray. There was a couple on either side of the middle row there. They were pretty close. And then those 3 across the middle, they were very close. And then we ended up going with, I think it might have been a variation on this. I think the gray, because I don't have the color of this one. That's the yellow right up the top there. But see how there's like little groupings of like, so those two are the 2 down the bottom on the right are technically different, but there's sort of 3 darkish ones. One of those is the gray. So, so we've got sort of 2 of each tone-ish group except for the yellow, which really pops out. So ideally I would have liked to have had a few more steps, but I'm happy enough with that. And I was getting very tired. And it was going to be a case of I either get you could make a copy of that photo, then reset it to color. Can I? Hang on. I want to copy it. Copy. Oh, oh, that was when we were choosing that's our final basket, I think. Okay, so this is the final basket that we ended up going with. I'm just double checking. I think it is. So, and I think I just sort of grayscaled that and then didn't save it. So that's what we've got. That's what's on the table right now. So when we grayscale that, we want to go to filters. That one's the one I tend to use. You can see all the different tones by adding in an extra layer or an extra color. We were able to adjust the tones and get more variation between the color pops. So yeah, that's why you take photos of it in grayscale, so you can see how it looks. So that blue and that brown, is it the blue and the brown? Yeah, the blue and the brown are very similar in tone, even though they're totally different colors. And that green over the side there, again, similar sort of tones, but very different colors. So being able to test that, and everyone having phones in their pockets, make sure your lens is clean, take a quick photo and grayscale it, and then you'll be able to see straight away if they're going to work. So that's where we're at with that. Oh, hello, Abby. So yeah, so we've got all these colors, and I've got a couple of Ravelry ideas. So I am going to be switching over to screen share on Ravelry. So, be prepared. Loopy Knots forgot that. So what we're aiming for is blankets, and so I have straight up narrowed the search: Ravelry, blankets. And then knit or crochet. I'm probably going to crochet, but I wanted to look at the knit. So knit or crochet. I've chosen DK or worsted, and then I've got that. So, let me just have a look here. Oh, and I've chosen free or already in my library. Okay, so let me just. this has brought us, where's my screen share? There it is. This has brought us 3,967 matches. I do want to point out it dropped it down from about 20,000. Okay. Now, what I've been doing is I've been adding a few into my favorites. So I created a bundle in my favorites called Blanket Shortlist. So these are sort of the blankets that I'm leaning into. So we've got this Theo blanket, which looks really interesting. And I think we could totally do it with 7 colors. So they're doing it with 5. I think we could do it with 7. No problems. Maybe use the gray as that intermediary color. You know, the edge ones. That's a possibility. You could narrow it down by color count criteria, but I think that you lose too many. So that Theo is gorgeous. The Bias Baby Tunisian, I haven't done a big Tunisian blanket like that. And I've absolutely got the ability. I have Tunisian hook sets that definitely can go, you know, make a nice big chunky blanket. And so I would do that with my stripes. Like I would choose the color striping. I think they've used a yarn that striped on its own maybe, but I could use that one. Sandy says this I could do and not get bored. There you go. So there's that one as well. So funnily enough, they're both from TL Yarn Crafts, which if you've been here before, you know I'm a bit of a tragic. And then I've got this one here. This is a knitted one. I'm not 100% sold on it. I love the idea of it. It looks so squishy and so nice. And so yeah, so that one looks really, really cute as well. Hang on, I'm just checking here. Oh yeah. So I've got that one, which is like nice big chunky needles. I can change colors. Like they've obviously used a color changing yarn, but I would change colors and go from there. And then oh yeah, and Tony Lipsy is going to be the special guest at the next Australian Crochet Guild event. Here is another knitted one that just, it made me think it was like woven nearly. And I just loved it. And I don't know if it's because of the colors they chose that just really drew me in. But I absolutely love the look of this one as well. So that one's another knitted one. And again, I'm still not sure how I feel about the knitting of a blanket. It will take 11 billion years. However, with something like this, it would be very easy to do. Like, and this is the other criteria. I wanted it to be something I could do during a live stream. So the Moreland, for some reason, my brain can't chat, watch a live stream, and keep count of the 10 stitch repeat. I don't know why. Yeah, linen stitch will take forever. Absolutely it will. Absolutely it will. But the final effect would be just stunning. It would be just absolutely stunning. They're using a 5mm needle, so that's pretty chunky too. So so that, I think, like, as in, I don't think it would take, I've just knitted this beanie on 2 and 2.25mm needles with 200 stitches around. So putting the, I'm not quite sure what happened, but apparently my stream ended. So let me know if it ended on your end. Bit of a mess. Let's stop the screen share. So, oh, you got a strong buffering? Well, it's come back and now there's a delay between my video and audio. I got booted out of my system. It brought up a screen and just went, hey, your stream has stopped due to the internet. But according to YouTube, my internet connection is fantastic. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there. No, it's on my end. This was an on my end thing. So those of you worrying that it was you guys, it was not. It was something happening here. So I don't know. Maybe refresh the stream if someone can in the chat can just type in try refreshing the stream. Are you fine now? No lag? Oh, that's good. Good. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was a bit weird. I got no warnings. My system wasn't maxed out or anything like that. Sandy, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate that. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. For a second, I thought my chat disconnected. Yeah, no, it's a me problem. It's a me problem. Kelly's reminder here is to remember to thumbs up, and if you're enjoying it, and consider becoming a member. For the cost of a coffee per month, you can help support our wonderful Chantel. Absolutely, thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely, Woot Sandy. I'm just going to do this. There are things that I can only do during a live stream, apparently, which is love heart the super chat. Thank you. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Okay, so I don't know if I should be able to keep screen sharing. I mean, the screens are open. I don't understand why it would be any better or worse. I'm going to try. It just might boot me again. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm scared now. I am scared. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. I'll check my data here. Oops, hang on. Helps if I go to Ravelry. There we go. Get to see the back end. It froze for a short second. Seemed like there might have been a satellite interchange. No, I don't know what it was. I actually got booted out of my live streaming software. So, yeah, it was an issue on my end. I don't know what it was. It just said your stream has stopped. Would you like to resume? And I'm just like, yeah, I would. Whew. Anyway, okay, so we've got these. Oh, did I? Hang on. Where's the search? Nope, that's both the shortlists. I'm going to have to go back in and start the search again. So go into patterns, and then I want to go advanced search. I would like to choose home and blankets and all blankets. So let's start ruling down this nearly 50,000 projects. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we want knitting and crochet. Well, which brings it up to 71. So let's increase it first. All right. Okay. That's not weird. All righty. So what we want to do is we want to go and find our yarn. Now this yarn here is it's probably technically a DK, but I think we could use a worsted weight pattern for it. So that's narrowed it back down to 28,000 projects. Oh, we've got some meters. We could narrow it down by meters. So we've got 360 by 8. Calculator, 360 times 8 equals 2880 meters. Oh, okay, so there we go. We'll just have both of those just for funsies. Oh, look, we might do that. Okay. Then, and here you can sort by whether you want like most popular or most projects. So the ones that most people have done, I really like checking that because what people like and what they make are two different things. So, oh my gosh, look at this. I would like to know how that's a blanket. Oh, he's put it as a blanket as a wrap as well. Oh my Lord. Jared Flood, you're a talented dude. All right, that's not really what I'm looking for. 333. Sorry, thank you. You're right. Let me just double check. I think the max length, it maxes out at 2,100 meters anyway. Okay. All right, so what have we got? We've got our blanket. Actually, I'm just going to leave how much yarn out. That narrows it down too much. So we've got that. We want a blanket, crochet knitting, DK or worsted. And then, see, if you put most projects, we've got our neat ripple and our chevron, lots of these sorts of ones. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to do. Oh, yes. What I also wanted to do was ruled down into either free or already in my library. So patterns I own or patterns that are free. I really don't want to pay for another pattern right now. I just bought a pile the other day. Don't even ask. Just stop it. Okay. Now, I do like the look of like these star blankets and stuff like that, but I am more of a square blanket person, like as in straight edges. I do like a straight edge on my blanket. I don't know. And I don't know if I want to go like 11 billion motifs or not. But I also think it could look great. And like, look at this one, right? From Very Pink Knits, the Learn to Knit a Log Cabin, because I haven't done the log cabin knitting because I'm just not comfortable with like all the picking up of the stitches and stuff. And I think like how delightful is this? And how gorgeous would these colors look like that? Like, I love that kind of look. Like, we definitely need to go and get some more grey to do. I would do grey as the borders because I have a thing for grey. I know some people like black and some people like white. I'm a grey person. That is a lot of ends to weave in. But if you think about like a granny square or something like that, every row you do, like if you're doing a ripple with 2 color rows or things like that, they're all ends you've got to weave into. I think this one deserves a place in the shortlist. I think it does. So let's add it to our blanket shortlist. I do love how, like, see how we've got this original sort of look here, and then someone's come in and just gone straight boxes. I love that as well. And this is the thing that I love about choosing the patterns that people are making is you get to see so many more options of what people chose with their colors. Knitspin Girl says knitted log cabin is fun. They're usually garter, and that's really easy to pick up stitches on. Can we get a zoom in to see if it's garter or not? It's a free Ravelry download that includes links to a 6-part tutorial. This may not be the best option for live stream project, hey? Oh, look, Sal, good to see you. And yes, I love Franco Randall. His stuff is amazing. So yeah, so I don't know. I love it. I'm just not 100%. Yeah, Leanne, you're right. End schmens, if you love the blanket, the ends won't stop you. I agree. Like there are, there's a lot of ends and lots of different things. Let's keep scrolling here. And see, I've got this book, the Hooked on Sunshine book. We could do something like that. And, I haven't really done any of the Deirdre Us kind of, other than that one blanket, which I did in the hand-dyed 4-ply. I haven't really done any of these kinds of big sort of blankets with the lots of colours and the lots of textures. These sorts of ones make me think of Franco Randall as well. Sandy says, to be honest, I would make 5 squares and end with a scarf. Oh, no. That's not how. It might take me 3 years, but we'll get a blanket. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. I don't want to do this one, but how gorgeous is that? That just looks like, that is stunning. That is, oh my gosh. Back away to projects that we could actually work on during a live stream. Have you seen The Blanket of the Heart by Sani? No. Let me have a look. I'm just going to open up a new Ravelry so that our search doesn't go anywhere. What am I looking for? Blanket of the Heart. Is it crochet or knit? Blanket of the, helps fucking spell. Blanket of the Heart. It's crochet. Okay. Blanket of the Heart. Has it got another name? Oh, hang on. We went with, what was that name? Sanita Brenson. Maybe if I search under her name. Sanita Brensone. Alrighty, let's have a look here. Blanket of the Heart. Is it called something else? I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing here. I just Flower Mandela, Blue Lagoon. I like that sun and the moon. That's gorgeous. All the hexes. Artemis tile. The Harlequin looks amazing. Is it Granny Heart blanket? Is that the one? Oh, hang on. We've been given a link here. Let me see if I can grab that. Oh, it is. It's the heart one. Blanket of the Hearts. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. I like that. I'm going to leave that one there while we keep looking. That's very cute. That's right. We got the Sally dropped the link in the chat. If that's the one, Sanita Brenson. That's very cute. Very cute. Oh, wrong screen. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look. This is Franco Randall. For those of you that don't know Franco Randall, he doesn't design much anymore, but he did phenomenal design, and it was just like amazing, just beautiful, like all sorts of things, just all sorts of amazing colors and shapes, and just he did lots of amazing stuff, honestly. And if you want to have a look, then it's definitely worth having a look. His stuff is just beautiful. Beautiful. But that's Franco Randall. But I think I'm looking for more square shapes. What's this super easy baby blanket? What's it look? This is plain stripes. I don't want that. That's at step 2 simple. If I've got to knit 11 billion stitches, I want to make it a bit interesting. There's some cats. Hello, little kitties. That's cute. That's cute. That's like that brick stitch one that you sent me, Leanne. Let's have a look. I'm sort of just scrolling, and if something snatches my eye, I'm gonna that'll be the one that I bring on and have a look at. This is interesting with the sort of the stripes. I mean, it's a real square, which it doesn't really work for me for blankets. I'm more of a rectangular kind of person. Or rectangles, because I'm thinking single bed sized. What's this? That is interesting. Look, you wouldn't get bored doing that one. That's got every stitch under the sun on it. I don't know if that's really what I want, but that is gorgeous as well. Am I in my free or in library? Okay, cool, because it said £7, so I was a bit confused. I really liked the look of this one. This Deirdre, because I love Deirdre. And this one here, because it's continuous. It is literally a spiral. It is a continuous project, which I don't want to do with, and like if you've got a ball of yarn that is a color changing yarn, this would be the perfect project. But I'm changing colors. And so there'd be harsh color change lines, and I'd have to try and line it up with corners. Otherwise my brain would not, it'd just be like, no. But I love this idea. Again, it's more square than rectangle, but I do love that one. I do love that one. But it's not going on the short list. Let's have a look. Star Illusion blanket. Jackie Doyle in our group is a big illusion knitter. I've not really tried it. And again, this would be amazing. And I love illusion knitting. And if you don't know what that is, it's where when you look at it straight on, it looks different than when you look at it down, like on an angle. So you can see the patterns appear. It's a real subtlety. Molly says Polly Plum does lovely blankets, does she? I thought she did mostly jumpers. I'm gonna have to go and have a look. I'll go and have a look. There's that baby Tunisian one again. And this one here, and I was like, no, I've already got 2 in my list from Tony. I just keep leaning. I keep leaning towards Tony. All right, so we are on page 4 of most projects. So let's go back now to Hot Right Now. Hot Right Now. So there's a striped squares Afghan. Is that the only picture we've got? That's not a great picture of a blanket, honestly. Seriously. And there's no projects. So that one's out. Sorry, striped squares Afghan. See, look at this one. This is one of the Deirdre Eos ones that I was like, ooh, we could have some fun with that with the colours that we've got, right? Tony does rock. I agree. I also love Tony. I think her stuff's amazing. I love that a lot. I don't know if I want to make it. I think it's amazing. It's artwork. It's absolute artwork. But I don't think it ticks the box for being able to do it in a live stream. So I probably especially if I did like the striped, like the one with the 6 videos, I would probably do some of it off camera to learn how to do it and then get comfortable with it and go from there. Yes. Look at these. It's like giving me lots of stripes now. It's like the algorithm is like she wants stripes. And this was the other one of Tony's that I was like, yes. But then it was like, that'd be a 4th one from Tony. I'm leaning into this one here. Do you know why I'm leaning into it? Because A, it's crochet. And B, it's like a mitered square, but it's still crochet. And I think it could be fun. But I'm also wondering how hard it would be to adjust it to be a rectangle rather than a square, because I'm assuming that's a square. So let me, 220 people have made it. Let's see what some of the other people who've made it have done. Oh my gosh. So many talented people. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wow. That one there's gorgeous. Look at that. Those color choices. Beautiful. I don't know. Do you reckon it'd be hard to adjust it to be a rectangle rather than a square? Or would we just do what some of these other people over here did at the start and just put, you could put 6 squares to make a rectangle? And then it breaks it down into more manageable pieces. Yeah. That's the way to get your rectangle. Just do 6 squares. Yeah. Jinx. Yes. Yeah, but do I want that look or do I... Oh, you're here. Hey, Paige's Crochet. It's great to see you. We're choosing a pattern for our yarn. Paige's Crochet, welcome to the chat. So it's Paige's shop, Cozy Cloud Yarns, that I went to and drilled on all the yarn. She's had to do like a deep clean. No. Okay. So I'm really liking the look of this one. I'm really liking the look of it. But where's my project? My favorites. Where's my blanket shortlist? All right. So these are the ones that we've got. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 blank. Yeah, we can show the yarn again. Absolutely. Hang on 1 second, and I'll go like this. Bring, and I'll go like that. Ah, come here for cuddles, little yarns. The camera's like really a little bit overexposed, so I've got to tweak that orange. That orange is just, that's not that bright. So there we go. There's all our colours. Stay there. I need my other hand. All right, just bear with while I fix these colours a little bit. Beep 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 beep. Brightness. That's not what we want. I don't know why it's being such a butt. Every other colour is good. Why do I have to choose a colour every time that just decides, nope. That'll have to do. All right, but these are our colours that we've got. There's the grey. Boom. And we don't have to use them all. The grey was a bit of a backup colour. So if we want to do like a bordering or edging or something like that, then we've got the grey for that. So let's see if we can just get out of the way, mouse. There we go. Got all our colours in the shot. Okay. Oh, sorry, Sal. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Oh, I must use them all. Okay. Because hopefully, and Paige, you might be able to answer this for me. Because I try to buy all the yarn for a blanket at any one time. If I do run out of colours, what is the likelihood of me being able to get more of it? And sort of what's the time frame on that? I'm not look at that. I'm not going to straight. Do you know? And I'm even going to do this. There we go. Upside down. Paige says also I stuck with their numbering system because there was no way I was naming 92 colours. Because that's the other thing. There's 92 colours, and Paige has like all of them or most of them in stock, but more coming in. So if so I'm starting a blanket with these colours, what would be the likelihood, like especially the grey, because that's the one that will probably end up being like edging or something like that, me being able to order some extra balls. So, but yes, but this one here is not brown. I just want to point out it is like an olivey. It's like this. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, keep in mind it takes Chantel years to finish a blanket. Hey, come on. One blanket. Well, no. Okay, there's been a couple of the blankets that have taken a long time. There've been other blankets like finished really fast, okay? So for the grey, it's not overly popular. Cool. That's 78. Yes. I'm not surprised it's giving you problem. It looks brown. It is not brown. It's closer to the green, believe it or not. Brown. Not brown. It's actually not brown. But yes, you're all mean. Right. So have you burnt the imagery of the which blanket did you finish quickly? I finished. Hang on a second. So now I'm like, fine. Hang on. I've got to change back over to screen share. We're going to go over here to my projects. Come on, projects. I'm going to show you which blankets I finished quickly. Where is it? Down. This one, Spin Your Granny. Started in March, finished in May. 2 months. That was a big blanket of lots of moving pieces, and I had to wait because I ran out of yarn. So that was fast. I consider 2 months fast on a blanket. Then there was this guy. Finished in 4 days. All right, 4 days, including the extra footstool. Hello, Macy. I miss you, Macy cat. There you go, 4 days. This one here, I finished in 5 days. That is a full, nearly 2-meter blanket long. That is a long, long, long blanket. My husband loved it very much. He still loves it. He uses it every day. So finished that one in 4 days. This one here, we don't look at the cowl. We don't look at the queen because the queen did take 2 years. The queen took a long time. She sat in the naughty corner for 6 months, okay? And we just did 3 rows a week. 3 rows a week for a long time, all right? This one here, the fireside cowl. That one took a little bit longer. Just because there was like lots of other stuff going on at that time, but that was still under 6 months. Well, it was 6 months. So yeah, so sometimes blankets get finished quickly. Stars and Flowers, that one, that was hilarious. I don't even know when I started it. I started it a long, long time ago. And then it sat packed in a box for years. And then I pulled it out and decided that's it. No, I'm not making it how they wanted it. This is the super squishiest blanket. These motifs are like this big. They're like 1/2 meter motifs. 2016, I started it and finished it in 2023. That one was ridiculous. That one went into storage. But yes, blankets can happen fast. Abby's waffle stitch blanket. How long did that take? August to April. Yeah, that took too long. That was a hard blanket. I don't like waffle stitches, by the way. I just want to point that out. This one here took too long as well. That was March 2023 to November 2024. But we only did that one in live streams. The Sun Gold blanket. That must have gone into a naughty corner as well. January 8th through to November. Some blankets I finished early. This one was just made out of scrap, so I don't think there was much of a time on that one. Yeah, that one took ages because it was just a scrappy blanket. Bob's Christmas blanket. I started that in December and finished it Christmas Eve. So I don't know exactly what date in December I started it, but I started it in December. Oh no, there you go. Project created December. I know, because I added it in after it was all finished because I couldn't put it in beforehand. This one here was one of my favorites to work on. So in December of the same year, I finished that blanket and I finished another one, which maybe I don't have photos of. It's a purple one. This one here was just a scrappy scrap. Louis got that one now. It's under his bed. It keeps him up off the floor. That was 4 days, but that's like a full 85 by 85 centimeter blanket. This one here, January 14 to February 15, so a month, and it was done, including edging and everything. So yeah, is my answer to that. My very official answer. Sometimes the blankets take a long time and sometimes they don't. It depends on the pattern and my brain, all right? Yes, there's currently 2 non-completed blankets in my project queue. Oh, the queen is massive. The queen is absolutely massive. It could probably fit on a king-size bed. I would not be surprised. So eloquent. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, dear. Oh. And then, technically in my queue, I've started the Nature's Walk standard blanket. I've done like 2 of the squares, and I don't know if I enjoy it. So it's kind of just sort of sitting there. Like, that's it. I don't know how I feel about that one, but I'm sitting in my queue. But yeah, it depends on the yarn. It depends, like, quite often for me it's a texture thing. So if I'm working with a yarn I don't like, I really struggle. And sometimes it's a project I don't like, or a pattern, or I started it for one reason and then that reason doesn't exist anymore, and it's like, well, why am I going to keep going with this? So I want something that will keep me interested, is interesting enough that I can still keep working on during a live stream, which is why I think the shortlists that we've got here are some solid choices. So that most of them will have a little bit of a learning edge to start with. But then I think that that'd be interesting enough that we could keep going with. So in the order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm going to start a poll. I'm going to add a poll to the field. Bear with me. Create a poll. So I'm just going to number them 1 through to 6, and I'll bring them back up on screen. Oh, I can only have 4 options. Okay, so I can't start an actual legit poll. All right, that's dumb. But yes, I would love you to vote. I'm going to bring it back up on screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 options, and that's not the button. That's the button. Okay, so there's the 6 options. I'm going to move my little circle. Oops, come over here. That's not it. I would like to move that little circle over here. So we've got learn to knit the log cabin is 1. The granny blanket is 2. The woven look throw is 3. The knitted baby blanket in these sorts of, this one here is 4. The Tunisian blanket is 5, and then the Theo blanket is 6. So if you put in a number 1 to 6 in the chat, we'll go through and we'll have a look. And these, and you know, we've got sort of the more autumnal look. So yeah, because like what we might be able to do is rule. Okay, stop voting, everybody. Just stop voting. Put in the one that you actually don't want me to, like, I want to rule out 2 so we can do a proper poll. Okay, so there's some of these are knitted and some of these are crocheted, but so because I want to be able to do a proper poll, I want to drop out the bottom 2, so the 2 that you like the least. So if you got to choose 2 to take off the table, which ones would they be? So we've got the knitted log cabin, the crochet granny blanket, the knitted woven look throw, the knitted baby blanket, the Tunisian baby blanket, and the crochet Theo blanket. So we're going to let you have that for a little second. I'm going to stretch my leg. Alrighty. Interesting. How many people have we got in the chat today? Let me just have, I'm just going to just jump over for just 1 second and I'll jump back. We've got 25 viewers. So we're looking for, so we've got lots of, so 2 and 3, number 2, not 4 and not 6. 4 and 2 remove. The knitted wove. Oh my gosh, it is quite a mixed bag, isn't it? You guys are not helping at all. I thought there'd be like one standout one that everyone just hated and just like, get rid of that. But it's not that case at all, because we all have really varied preferences of what we like. Look at this. Oh, this is not helping me. Oh, man. So let me have a look if we've got a predominant of numbers. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Sandy says, I believe that we all look. See, I think there's more people that don't want 2 than don't want 5. Sally. Cheeky. Just to confuse things. So 2, 1, 2 or 3, 4 or 2, 3, 3, 3 and 5. The baby, that's number 4, 2 and 4. Oops, what are you doing there? Stop that. Oh, come back. 2 and 4. 3, 1 and 4. 3 and 4. 2 and 5. Oh. Number 6. Yeah, I think number 2 has got the least amount of votes. So I'm gonna remove that one from my list. Bin. Do you know what? Dolores, I think you're right there. Oh, but the problem being that they're not weighted the same. All right, so I'm going to remove number 2 here, and then we'll narrow it. Oh, stop that. Bin. No, I clicked the bin. I did. I clicked the little bin. All righty, we've removed that from the bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're down to 5. So let's start the polling again. Which one would you remove out of these 5? Because then once we remove one more, we can do a proper legit poll. I definitely have a stripes thing going on right now. That's definitely... So Teresa would get rid of 1. Sandy would get rid of 2. Bianca's 4. There's 3. There's a second vote for 2. There's 2 votes for 3. 2 votes for 1. 3 votes for 1. Kelly says 5. 4 votes for 1. There's another 4. There's a 3. Oh my gosh. We all just have such varying taste, don't we? I think what it means is I just need to make all the blankets. No, don't worry. I have no plan to do that right now. Let me just look at something here. Memory's good. I don't know why it's being so janky. I'd place a bet you're going to choose 4 or 5. I mean, the advantage is we know the designer is good, and also with number 1 as well. Like they're all known entities. Like, so we've got Very Pink Knits and we've got Tony Lipsy. So you know they're the known entities. We know their patterns are going to be good. They're going to work. And who said that if we just made that bottom square in the corner the rectangle and then just build the rest off, you're a bloody legend. Honestly, you're right. You're absolutely right. Double the height on that. Easy done. Now we have a rectangle that we're working off. Anyway, this is too hard, isn't it? Is number 2 knit or crochet? Number 2 is knitted. Can I zoom in? There you go. That's what number 2 is, a knitted project. With I don't know how I feel about tassels. How does everybody feel about blanket tassels? You think 4 and 5 are similar? 4 and no, what am I doing here? Oh, what have I done? Oh, hang on. Reload. 4 and 5. I don't think 4 and 5 are similar. Love tassels, but you don't have to put them on. Yeah, I agree. Look, I think tassels can make and break a blanket. If you do your tassels badly, they look like bad. You know, that's the thing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump off the screen share for a little bit because that's when everything like starts getting janky. It really doesn't like doing a screen share. I'm going to send a message to Ecamm, be like, dudes, what's going on? What's going on, dudes? Because my computer's not maxing out. It's the software that's maxing out. No tassels, big ones on the corners. Yeah, look, I'm just not a big fan of tassels, honestly. Because then the tassels fray, and I've got pets, and when you wash it, you've got to steam your tassels, or they look janky. I'm like, dude, it's got to go in the dryer. It's got to be a washing machine, dryer. I got pets, man. Everything's got to go through the washing machine. Well, you guys have not helped. I just want to say that. Because we all want different ones. There's no one in particular. I thought there'd be like a, I mean, other than the one that a lot of people didn't like, which we pulled, which was good, and that helped. This has not helped me. Yes, it hasn't. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my 9 colours here. All my colours. I don't know. Do I want to make just a granny blanket? Something simple. Something very simple. Okay, so one thing I didn't look at, I forgot to look at Polly Plum. I'm going to look at Polly Plum patterns. What's your favorite square? I don't have favorite squares. Polly Plum does. I'm looking for her blankets. There's lots of motifs. I want blankets. I don't want to have to think about it. I want it done. Home blanket. There we go. Go the full blankies. Narrow it down. That narrowed it down nicely. Okay, let me have a look here. She's got some interesting shapes. I like her shapes. Now, I'm going to try and screen share again so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so she does have some interesting shapes with colour and stuff. I like that a lot. I remember doing a blanket. What was it? I did a firework blanket. I don't know if it was her pattern or someone else's, but it was sort of like a really interesting way to get a fun shape out of your blanket. Sort of like this. That was very cool. I like that. I actually like that a lot. It's kind of like a chevron, but you're going round and round and round instead of sideways. What do you guys think of that one? It's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I like it. I do. I don't know if I like it for this, but I do like it. Yeah, it looks center out. I think it's center out. Let me just bring it back up again. I mean, it's not a free project, which that's outside of the rules here. We're looking for free, or I've already got it. But yeah, it looks like you're going center out. After a while with Argyle, let me look. Is that a Polly Plum? Am I going to find it here, or have I got to? After a while, Argyle. Here we go. I found it. That's interesting as well. Yeah, I like that too. But yeah, I think Polly Plum didn't come up in our search because I haven't bought any of her patterns and they're all paid patterns. And it's not to say they don't deserve to be paid for. They absolutely do. Look at the work involved in them. But that's not our brief for today's adventure. Our brief for today's venture was patterns that are free or I've already got because I just bought all the yarn. So let's have a look back here. So that's the hot right now. Let's see what's new to Ravelry. See if there's anything interesting in there. Let's have a look. Now, one thing, like what I might actually do, because we'll just go back to most popular. I'm going to drop out the yarn weight because just because a pattern's written for 4-ply doesn't mean I can't use DK for it. And that might bring us in some extra choices here. And it did straight away. What's this one? Mosaic. Oh, it's I don't know if I feel like mosaic, but I like that. That's cool. There's the Sophie's Universe. That's lovely. I love that one. I haven't made it, but I do love it. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is not on the this is not an option. But holy cow. Look at that work. That is stunning. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Alrighty. Yeah, Bianca, absolute wow. Absolute wow. What's this one? Oh, that's using one of those color change ones. But we could choose the colors we want to go. It's still square, isn't it? My brain keeps going to the color stripes. I don't know why. It's just where it wants to be. Like, look at these. That looks cool too. Don't know if it'd work with all warm tones. I suppose they're all cool tones, aren't they? No, today. Well, no. I'm like, oh, let's just add more options to the already too big list. Let's do that. A puzzle blanket. What's that mean? That's just knitted color blocks. That's interesting. And because it's knitted, like this is the thing, knitted blankets are so squish. They are so squish, but we don't need as many colors. What have they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors they've got. Yeah, I like it. I don't know if I like it for this. I don't know. You guys were supposed to make this easier for me. I was already at this stage of, oh my God, what am I going to do? There's so many choices. I mean, I could do another fireside blanket because the other one went. It got gifted. It wasn't for me. What's this windy day blanket? Can you just take a photo of it laying out flat, please? Somebody. Nope. Boring. Most of it's white. Hmm. I don't know. Looks very 90s. We could do something like this with just the big hexagonals with the grey around everything, but I don't know. That feels like a lot of motifs work. I like it. That'd be fun to do. That'd be a fun hexie. What do you guys think? That actually looks like a really fun hexie. Should we add this one to the shortlist? That's the pattern I'm using for my hex. It is a neat texture. Betty says that would be a nice table runner. Hi, Betty. Yeah, that'd be, if you made it out of cotton, it'd be amazing if you were doing like a lot, like, because it's so thick. It'd be amazing as a table runner to be able to put like use it as a double thick trivet or something as well. So not only beautiful but functional. I got to think about beauty and function together, but not if it's acrylic. Add it. Jen says add it. All right, let's add it. Add to our shortlist. Blanket shortlist. Boom. Okay. Move on to something else. If you guys spot something in here, yeah, I'm thinking using the grey as the border. That's where I'm thinking as well. I'm really liking, my brain's like, yeah, what do you guys think? I tried to make a puff flower blanket and got my corners mixed up and now it's a pet rug. Oh, gosh. This is another one that I really like the look of, this Ubuntu one with our colours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours. That could be an interesting one to do. Lots of texture, lots of shape. Don't know if let's see who else. There's only 1,100 projects made. Oh, look at it with the black. Whoa. Very interesting shapes. Not really a rectangle. I love it though. Oh, look at this in these warm tones. Backing away from the not a rectangle. Backing away. Let's have a scrollixon. Oh, this is another one of those stunning ones that I'm just like, no, but holy cow. Like, look at that. Isn't that just delightful? That's amazing. Like the brain that comes up with these. You can filter for shapes. Yeah, we can. But I find that when you do, not every designer puts in their shape, so it rules them out. They just go, it's a blanket. And you're like, cool. But yeah, that's just beautiful. That's like a wish list to be able to do. I have a friend who did the there was another one that was really popular, but it was amazing. And yeah. Okay. I mean, I do love a good ripple, right? Sandy says, I'm Persian tiles. That's the one, Dolores. That's the one that she did. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely. And I just was just like, and she was doing it at like spinners. Like she'd just sit there knitting on them during spinners and weavers. And you'd just be like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you're doing that. My brain would need to concentrate a little bit harder. Okay, where are we at? We did the most populars. Because I don't like to dig too far back. Most projects, now that we've adjusted for the new, Sandy says, wait. What am I wait? Sandy, have I got to go back for something before I touch anything? Wait, I'm waiting. My coffee's just about finished. Sandy, we're waiting. What are we waiting for? You need to tell us in the chat. All right. What was the fire? Oh, you mean like hot right now? Is that what you're talking about? The hot right now? We can click on that. What's hot right now? Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Come here, you. It's crocheted. I don't like the little pom-poms. It was a no. Do I need to go back? Hang on a second. Gone back for a second. Was there something with a fire? Go hit on that one. No. The page before. I'm stopping. I'm stopping, Sandy. Am I looking for a fire in the background? What am I looking for? Go back. I don't know where I'm going back to. She's on her phone. Okay. All right. Which page number do I go back to? 5. I'm going to page 5. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm so confused. There was something with a fire. I don't know. We're going to have to keep going. Sorry, Sandy. It's lost. It's lost now. Oh, well. That's all right. We'll find it again one day. All right, we're going to go to hot right now. Let's have a quick squeeze in there. See if there's anything that jumps out. John O'Brien, welcome to the chat. We looked at your beautiful images earlier today. We threw them up on the screen of your projects that you put into the Discord. They were gorgeous. We drooled at that mosaic blanket. Oh, anybody else, like just on a total side note, anybody else see this year's Arna and Carlos knit along for their stocking? And I thought I had everything all ready for it. I need to realize I actually have 5 colors this year instead of 3, and I'm just like, nope, I'm out. I can't get a blue that matches the blue they have. I could get the mustard, but not the blue, and I was going to have to put in a special order. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not making it. Loopy Nelt says, holy moly, I got sidetracked from one of the blankets you passed. A Midsummer Night's Dream was impressive. There's a lot of impressive. This is the problem. This is the problem that I have. It's a problem. There's so many that's impressive, that are just gorgeous. What's this one? I mean, it's mosaic, and I don't really want to do another mosaic blanket right now, but that's lovely too. I like that a lot. Back away from the mosaic. All right, let's see what's our favorite list looking like. So back into the favorites, back to the screen share. Okay. Alrighty. If you had to choose between 1 and 6 now, which one would you choose to go with these colors? For those of you that are just joining the chat, we're making a blanket out of these colors. Hang on, zooming out. By zooming out, I'm just leaning back. There we go. These are the colors. 1, 2, 2. So these are the ones we're keeping. This is the one that you would make. Like, which one would you just go, right, I'm making that? So 1, 2, 6. It's going to be like 3 and 4 and 5 added in. Because just don't help. Do number 1. Jan says do number 1. Three or 1. John says do the log cabin, but I'm not knitting. Fair enough. Fair enough. Gabby says number 1. Geez, there's a lot of number 1s. And some 6s. Leslie Grant says 2. See, I really like that log cabin as well. I'm like, what other yarn do I have around? You know, I do have a bag of cotton that needs a home for a project. Maybe we could make 1 and 2. We'll start with 1. I love 6 though. Isabella Crafts, I'm with you. I think 6 is beautiful. And it's staying on my radar. It just may not be the next blanket I cast on if we don't get enough votes for it. All right, so far we've had everyone choosing 1, 2, 6. There's even a 3. So that's ruled us down to 4. That's ruled us down to 4. So should we do a poll? Okay, I'm gonna start us a poll. So while you guys do this, I'm just gonna here. You guys can look at the yarn. There you go. Hang on, I'll just. There you go. You can look at the yarn while I create a poll. Creating a poll. Go to the live stream plus a window. Start poll. 1, 2. What were our choices? What was everyone choosing between? We had 1, 2, 3, and 6. And I'll bring back the image so that you can see it. And this is like, which one should I start this week? So I'll probably do some swatchy McSwatchersons and have all that ready for next week if we need to swatch anything. So starting the poll, then back to our screen share. There you go. 1, 2, 3, or 6. They're your choices. So there's a poll in the field, which I can't look at because we're screen sharing it so you can see the numbers. But I love all the colors. This is so hard. I'm going to drink some tea while you guys choose my next project. Bye, Loopy Knots. I hope you voted before you ran away. Alrighty. I'm just gonna switch to the so I can have a look. I'm too curious. I need to know how the poll's going. What? Oh, for a second there I thought only one person had voted, but that's all right. We've got 16 votes so far. If you need me to bring back the image, let me know. But I'm just very curious at how it was going. So I will. I'll put the image back up so you can, because there's 23 people currently on, and we have 16 votes. I would love for everybody to get a vote in if at all possible. So we're choosing between number 1, the Coastline Sunburst Hexie, number 2, the Learn to Knit Cabot Log Cabin, number 3, the Woven Look Throw, and number 6, the Theo Blanket. So there are choices. There are choices. And out of those 4, I actually don't know which one I would want to do the most. Like, I actually want to do them all. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Absolutely. I think I absolutely want to do all 4 of them, but I don't know which one I want to do first. Leanne says, I have Kyla Yarn to do pattern 1. She did a special collaboration with the designer. I didn't get started, but I have it. So is that pattern 4? Is that a 4-ply pattern? Oh, no, it's a worsted weight pattern. Cool. Because I was just thinking, oh, I wonder how big they'd end up being using chunky yarn if it was designed for 4-ply. Like, they'd be like massive circles. Sandy says they're so pretty, and one may always make a scarf from them all. Absolutely. The Theo blanket is crochet. Let's have a look here. It is crochet from Tony Lipsy. Lots of people have made it and done some interesting variations on it as well. So that one's got lots of choices. But that one's crochet. So we've got in our selection here, we have crochet hexies, knitted log cabin, knitted woven look, and then a crochet Theo blanket. So there's 2 and 2. John says, I still have the Iceland yarn for the Amma kit I bought 4 years ago. Jancy says number 1 and number 6 are equal. We need more votes. Oh my gosh. Let me have a look. Oh, no, it looks like I've got number 1 as winning. So we've got 18 out of 23 votes. So far, number 1 is winning, with number 6 so close in second. So close in second. But yeah, so far it's number 1. So far it's number 1. And this is the thing, right? They're all so gorgeous. How do you choose? Like, I can't choose. That's the thing. That's why you guys are choosing for me, because I can't. I'm like, oh man. So let me go back to the screen share. We need ranked choice voting. You're right. That would make things easier, wouldn't it? It really would. Okay, so we've got 18 votes. There's 5 of you who are watching that haven't voted. Either that, or there's some of you watching on 2 devices. So let me know in the chat if you're logged in on 2 devices, so I can stop harassing and waiting for people to vote if they're not actually here. Because I'm like, I want everyone to have a chance to vote. 1, 2, 3, 6. Look, I think it'll be fine. Francis is on 2. Dolores is on 2. I don't know. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. It just helps me to realize that Yep. John's on 2 as well. Okay. All right. So probably everybody who was going to vote has voted. Okay. So let me just go back and have a look. All right. So yeah, so I think 18 votes is what we're going to get. So because I don't know, can you change your vote? I don't know if you can change your vote once you've voted. I don't think you can. I think once you vote, you voted. Is that right? Can anyone change their vote? I don't know. Sadie says, let me text my daughter. All of a sudden, there's all these randos just coming in. Mum said to vote for 1. No, you can't change your vote. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a couple of people have tried. So, yeah. No, that's all right. I didn't think you could, but it was worth just double checking. All right, I'm going to end the poll. Somebody's just jumped in. So yeah, so we're just deciding. Oh, thank you. I would appreciate that, Sandy. All right, let's have a look. We're going to end the poll. Oh, what are we voting on? Okay, Squitten, hang on 1 second. I'm not going to end the poll just yet. What we are voting on is we are deciding out of these yarns that you can see here, this is the yarn that I want to make a blanket with, okay? So this is a beautiful autumn tones of blanket. And the short list is over here on Ravel. Oops, that's the wrong button. This one. Oh, no, it was the right button, but I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. We're shortlisting and we're voting between number 1, the Coast Sunburst, number 2, the Log Cabin, number 3, the Woven Look, or number 6 down here, the Theo blanket. So we've got 2 knit, 2 crochet. We're going to make a blanket. So you get to vote. So if you want to jump in and have a vote, you can. So yeah. It's definitely, we've got that open. Lots of people chatting in the chat. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I'm when it comes to making the blankets and stuff, I've got air conditioning and I crochet all through summer. So it's my summer here. I'll crochet all through summer anyway, or knit or whatever. I might sit at a table so that it's not on my lap as such. Like for this particular project, we're going to try and work it out. So once we do the once I do some testing, we'll do the rest of it in live streams. Okay, so let me go back. Here you go. We'll go back here. I'm going to end the poll. Here we go. Wow. All right. Interesting. Interesting results. Number 1 is what we're making. We're making that crochet starter project. Start. I'm going to jump in, click start project. Create the project. It is created. I'm going to go in and add all the yarn in later. I don't believe my yarn is in the stash yet. I may have added it to stash. I don't know. I can't remember. But let's have a look here. So we've got 35% of votes went to number 1. Then 30% went to number 2. And then 30% went to number 6. So those 3 were technically pretty close. There's only a few percent with the number of voters that we had. So we are going to be making the Coastline blanket. So that's really exciting. I am very much looking forward to that. I'm very curious. I'll have to have a look because I'll need to jump on and grab some more grey. But I'm very curious how many motifs I can get out of one of these. I'm very curious. What makes it a starter project? I'm not sure I understand. So on Ravelry, you can list all your projects. And so you can click start and it builds it in and you can add all your yarn and everything into it so that when you come back to it later, like that screen where I had all the projects I'd finished, I can have the dates, I can do all that sort of stuff. Bye, Kelly. Have an awesome one. And so, yeah, I've started the project within Ravelry so that I can go in and put the hook size that I've chosen and everything is in there. It's like a listing. Yeah, I can calculate the grey and then buy what I need while it's 15% off. Absolutely. Because I think I'm going to need a few more of these. Definitely. Because I only have the 1. So we have so this is one you haven't, no, this is one I've just bought. I have the yarn and this is one we're going to do. I'm going to start doing in the live streams. And yeah, so I just need to make sure I've got enough of the grey because everything else doesn't really matter because it's, the motifs are just the circles. But the outside border edging holding everything together is all the grey and I only have 1 and I'm definitely going to need more than 1. So, yes. There will be that. There will be some mathing having to happen. Mathing and then just add a ball for safety. Add an extra ball. I'm just going to have a quick look. What are they recommending? What are they recommending yarn-wise? Well, they're using that. Do they specify how many colours? No, of course they don't. Let me have a look here. We can look at it on her website for free. Let's just scroll down. They used 11 skeins or 500 grams of the oyster heather. So I'm going to need like 2 more of these. Has yarn buying gotten any harder? I think so. I think I've gotten fussier with yarn. It used to be really easy just to go out and just buy like an absolute boatload of yarn. I don't shop at Spotlight anymore. So that rules out all of those. I mean, I do shop there sometimes, but I don't like when I first started yarn crafting, I'd go in there and hit the sales and bring home like crazy amounts of yarn. Now I'm really fussy. Mostly I will buy natural yarns, but yeah, just I don't know. I think and I used to be like, oh, I'll just buy this one. It's so cute. Now I'm like, I don't do that anymore. But my stash is filled with all this old stuff I bought. So I've got to reorganize some stuff. Let's have a look here. Do we have a size? Somebody wants to know if we have a size for it. Finished size is 46 inches by 62 inches. What's that come out to be? 62 is about 120 centimeters, I thought, or thereabouts. 62 times 2.54. Yeah, about 100. Well, it's 160 centimeters. So that's a pretty solid length blanket. So a single bed blanket in Australia is about 180. So it's a really solid couch blanket lap throw, not quite the length of a single blanket. Now they're using less colors. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and they used a little over 200 grams of each color. Whereas I've got 7 colors and I have 185 grams of each color. So I think I'll be fine for that. It'll come down to I'll need a few more of these. So for their color A, which is I'm going to use the gray, they've written that they had 11 50-gram skeins, whereas these are 185 grams. So they want 530 grams. So I'm going to need another 2 of these. Oh, it's a decent sized throw. Because that's the thing. I don't like little square blankets because I want something I can throw over my legs and sit on the couch and put my legs out and have it all covered over my feet and stuff. So, and be wide enough as well. So, yeah. So I reckon all I need is just 2. Maybe I'll get 3. So. Hang on, 185. Clear. 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 Okay, 185 times 3 equals... Oh, okay, so 3 should be plenty. Maybe... So... Oh, 3 will be just enough. I should get the 4th one. I should get the 4th one for safety. So that's 3 more of these, of the grey. 4 for safety. Because we all know what happens to Chantel is that she misdoes the mathings, then she gets to a point in her blanket, and then she has to wait until more yarn arrives. Yeah, so I'm going to get 3 more. I'm going to get 3 more because the pattern says it wants 535 grams. 3 of these is 555 grams. So if I work exactly to their gauge, I'll be okay. But am I going to work to their gauge? Who knows? Am I going to do a gauge swatch? Yeah, I probably should. But yeah, I think I'm going to get the extra one for safety. The extra one for safety. I think so. And that also means that if I decide to just do like an extra row to get that little bit of extra length, I've got plenty of the other colors to do it. I'd have enough of the grey just to add on to that little bit of extra length if I wanted to make it a bit more single bed blanket sized. This looks like it's going to be a ton of fun because it's just straight up crocheting a pile of circles and then you do a crochet join together, I think. I'm just having a quick squiz. It is just round 1 to round 5. Yeah, look, maybe we do, I don't know. Do we do the join of the color? Oh, no, you do. So you just do the circles, and then if you're going to do join as you go round, you don't need to do the extra joining on the outside. Or if you want to do a different joining round that's not their join as you go, then you do your additional round in the other color. But I like join as you go. Join as you go is cool. I'm going to do that. That's going to be great. We have a plan, everybody. There is a plan. We have a plan in place. I now have to go and add it all into my Ravelry queue. So if you guys are not following me, if you are following me on Ravelry, you'll be able to see it. I'm Fiberific Shanti on Ravelry. I'll see if I can find my profile for you to follow me on Ravelry. I don't know how to copy link. Boom. I think I've got it in the chat anyway, but there you go, in the description. But if you want to follow me along on Ravelry, you can. Ravelry, if you don't know, is the yarn crafting website of choice. So, all right, everybody. On that note, I'm going to run away. It's time for lunch. I'm hungry. I'm also getting parched and getting the burny throat. So it is time for me to go and have some lunch, and I'm going to have to sit and swatch it for a minute. And place an order for some of this delicious yarn while it's on special for 15% off. I'll take that. But yeah, I hope you all have an awesome week. If you want to join me on this adventure, you absolutely can. Otherwise, I'll catch you all later. Bye now.